April Chino. I'm taking this dumb shit off my screen. Welcome to the finale, guys. April Chino. We have reached the end. That's the wrong overlay that I was going to show you guys. Today we're going to be doing a classic, a film that I appreciate quite a bit, and I was glad and happy and elated that this is the one that I chose for us to end the month on. And what more can I say other than football? It's a game of inches, Willie Beeman. It's a game of inches. Any given Sunday here today on the Johnny Loves Movies podcast. I am joined once again for the end of our journey of this month into Pacino, Mick Manhattan, seeing Snobs. Say hello to the people out there.
What's up, people?
Hello, yes. Hello, people. Yes, and as the movie that we're discussing today is Any Given Sunday. As per usual, I'm going to have my man Mick over here give us a brief little recap. We're going to talk about the movie, get in our categories, and rate this bitch and get on out. All right, Mick, without further ado.
Recap. So, another Al Pacino winner, directed by Oliver Stone, came out in 1999. And it follows a coach towards the end of his career, or so he thinks, in basically the NFL. I mean, they call it, it's something pretty different. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of different names they throw out, different teams, everything else, but it is the NFL. And he coaches a team of winners and psychotic football players at times, especially LT is in there. So like you got a lot of it's a very interesting story because you see how these players' lives and the owners and the coaches and just the entirety of the league itself, kind of how it operates and the way it plays into it and how the reporters play into it and kind of feed the beast and things like that. So there's a lot of elements to this story that is very exposing, I think. It's very well directed, very well acted, great cast. And it's just one of those great movies that I think really sticks with you after you watch it.
Yeah. What's crazy is was not crazy at all after watching the movie. This is the movie that the league did not want you to see. I think, as per usual, the league, the NFL, they don't really take kind to any type of accurate portrayal, any type of portrayal of their league in a negative light or what they deem a negative light. And honestly, aside from the promiscuous lifestyle, I really didn't think that this in-depth look was all that scathing, honestly, at the time. And now I still didn't. I think it was kind of, I'm not gonna say soft, but I still think that it was kind of just like an accurate portrayal. Like it wasn't like a negative one. So I was actually surprised the league couldn't get behind this, or even the Replacements that came out, I believe, the same year.
About a year later, yeah.
Yeah. So it was very odd that the league was at odds. I think this was the beginning of Goodell's reign as the commissioner, if I'm correct.
I don't remember exactly what year he comes in. I do think it is damning, very damning, because at the time it was starting to be exposed about players pushing through and being hurt and giving the cortisone shots and things like that, all the way up and down, not just in the league. Because remember, Varsity Blues came out around this time. They're handling it too, and and also the politics, the inner workings of the politics, and how things are sort of played out, and how the players are generally treated more like a herd than they are actual human beings. So it is definitely something that I think Oliver Stone went into, not to be damning, but to make sure that it's exposing. He's good for that. He likes to expose these things. Whether he's right or not, I think in this case he is right.
Yeah. Because like, I don't know, you get a movie like Concussion 15 years later, and I really honestly feel like Concussion was more scathing, in my opinion, to the league than this. Yeah, you got some ugly stuff that you don't want to come out, but honestly, and they put their name behind that true story for Concussion. But I feel like Concussion was harder hitting in the salacious aspect, I guess, than this. I just found this just to be an entertaining ride that, it did open the curtain so big. But I don't think that was so bad that the league couldn't put their name behind it. You know what I mean? I don't think it was that bad. You know what I mean? What they were exposing. You know, and a lot of people in the league. I work with some people who used to play in the XFL.
Mm.
They made a couple practice squads in the NFL, and this is like their favorite freaking movie, right? So you got a lot of players who've been around the league and in the league who really endorse and enjoy this film. I mean, shit, you got LT in this movie.
Yeah, but LT was in this movie to expose things
Yeah.
and things that he went through. And one of the things I will say to kind of push on that element is this movie makes the idea of being a football player exciting.
Mm-hmm.
But it also shows the expense of it. But I don't think that's being seen enough. In fact, I don't think this movie pushed enough.
Yeah.
Concussion definitely did, but remember, Concussion came out 15 years later. A lot more came out about CTE and the other scandals that the NFL was kind of putting going through and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know that Concussion would have been. Honestly, I think Concussion would have fallen by the wayside had the NFL just shut up. You know, but to go back a little farther, would we even have seen? And I'm not saying CTE isn't important; it shouldn't be talked about or be in movies or media.
Yeah.
But if what's his name, that wrestler, Chris Benoit,
yeah,
hadn't killed his family, you know, and discovered he had CTE, I don't think that movie would have been as prevalent. So
yeah, I guess, yeah. You know, I just guess I want to get into performances here. I think honestly, I like what Pacino was doing. I think he gives one of the best on-screen pregame pep speeches in the history of cinema. That speech, I mocked it earlier, but yeah, winning is football, much like life, is a game of inches. I really think that Pacino gave his all in this one, and even though I love Pacino in this, I love Jamie Foxx even more in this movie.
they played off each other well in it.
They did. They played off really well, and I really love the fact that we actually got a taste of the performer that Jamie Foxx was going to be. You know what I mean? I have argued in the past, and I stand by this argument. I do feel like this should have been the first film that he got some awards love for, because I think the work that he put in to play Steamin' Wheelie Beeman, it's a marvel to look at. And I just thought that this is like a great coming out party for him as a dramatic actor. Like I said, I really loved it. This is like one of my favorite performances of Jamie Foxx's. And this is one of the last, if not the last, great Pacino performance. I know we talked about it before when we did the Cruising Pod and when we talked about Cinema Moment prior. But I think this is honestly possibly 99, I think, or 98. I forgot what year. I think this marked the last genuinely great performance. I think he did The Insider next, but
highly disagree. But I've been on record this whole month saying that.
Yeah.
Because he came out with Insomnia. He came out after this. He came
too.
out with Angels in America, Paterno. Your favorite, Jack and Jill. Yeah, he did a lot of good stuff after this. I just don't. I think this was the last. Maybe, yeah, because like if you think about Insomnia, this might be the last Al Pacino movie where he was the direct head star.
Okay, yeah.
Because you had Robin Williams and Insomnia, and then everything else, it was kind of, there was more ensemble to it.
Yeah, it's like more ensemble, more two-hander. I guess the reason why I don't really think about Insomnia as his last great one, or either ones in the 2000s, is because like a lot of his gems, and even though I like Jack and Jill quite a bit, his performance in Jack and Jill, a lot of his like gems are covered in like 6 miles of shit to find the gold. Because he does Simone, but he does 12 minutes. He does like fucking The Recruit, 2 for the Money. I actually like The Recruit. I'm gonna throw that out there, but 2 for the Money with fucking Matthew McConaughey. So he does a lot. He phones in a lot of work in the early aughts, and I think that's why I don't really like those. Like the diamonds in the very, very rough of that decade for him. You know what I mean? So I guess that's why I don't immediately jump to those early alt performances. But you're right; those were good performances. But like I said, they're covered in mileage of shit in that decade.
Well, I mean, older actors, it's kind of hard for them to get those same leading roles.
Yeah,
Stuff.
because he could have gone the Redford route. You know what I mean? He could have he could have gone the Redford route. Redford. Um, I don't think he had a bad 2000s. You know,
No, but he
he
was a director.
yeah, that's true.
And he started in the 80s with directing. So like that I think people don't realize, like, in my opinion, Robert Redford was just as much a director by the end as he was an actor.
Yeah,
So,
kind of like Affleck.
Yeah, in fact, I'd say if he keeps going and keeps directing good movies, then he might even have a better career as a director. But he seemed to have stalled out on that.
Yeah. But yeah. So I think other than the quotable lines, other than the fact that the league couldn't get behind it, and other than we talked about the great performances, I would say I do like. It's just the last great film directed by Stone, or it does this have an argument of being one of his last great films because he does W after this, I believe, and I like W.
I mean, yeah, this is probably one of his last great. I'd have to look at his filmography again. You're throwing a lot of stuff at me, and you didn't get me prepared for these questions. So, sure, I'm just gonna agree with you. Like, I
feel it, yeah. Vibe it out, David. Vibe it.
He did Snowden, which was all right. Like, it just wasn't. Yeah, World Trade Center at least was like nice
with Cage in it.
He wasn't like shitty about it.
Yeah. Cage is in both of those, I think. Snowden and World Trade Center, I think. Yeah. And those are good Nicolas Cage performances, by the way. Like, he's really good with directors. I don't think he gets enough credit.
Who's doing the new John Madden movie?
Russell.
Oh, all right, makes sense.
Russell. David O. Russell. Yeah. Which, I'm glad you brought him up because David O. Russell is kind of like.
No. Stay on topic. I don't want to talk about Any Given Sunday. I don't want to talk about David O. Russell when we talk about David O. Russell.
But I'm saying he's kind of like a clone of Oliver Stone, which I like. I like Oliver Stone movies, though. And I really like what he did here. I know he had a hand in writing here as well. What's funny is when I was watching this movie, I could not help but think about the great Jamie Foxx joke to come out of his performance with LL Cool J as the wide receiver. Have you ever heard the infamous story of LL knocking out Jamie Foxx?
I have heard the rumors and such. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
True or not.
Yeah. And Jamie, in one of his like great stand-up specials, brings it up, and they're doing the scene. And I think it's actually the scene that are in each other's face in the practice. And Jamie says, like, he's like, this is not really me saying this to you. he's like, this is Willie Beeman, and this is whoever the hell you are right now. He's like, but I'm not really saying these words to you. It was one of the great stand-up bits. Please, I implore you guys at home, when you're done watching this, watch it. It's one of the greatest stand-up bits that I have ever seen. And I really like the performance that LL actually gives in this film as the wide receiver as well, the diva wide out. I think this is like one of the 2 times that he's given a performance where you're like, oh wow, LL, he might have the goods. And then he does 15 seasons in the CIS later. But you have that. LT's in the film, and LT has this scene in the movie, like in the steaming room where he's talking to Willie Beeman, or I believe he's talking to Beeman. And I gotta say, that scene has haunted me since I first seen this movie. Like, every time I watch the movie, I think about that scene. And for some reason, I think the scene is like a core memory or like a trauma for me because, like, I can't. I like. There's like a creepiness to LT. And when I was a kid, I was like, this guy gives me the creeps. and he gives the creeps today as a
I think he
36
gave
year
the
old
creeps
man.
to a lot of people.
Yeah. And he just, but that was a good scene, though. I have to say, I like the way the scene was set up, the lighting in it. I like the intimidation factors. I don't know if he was going for intimidation, but that shit worked because it worked on me.
Yeah, that's
It
true.
worked on me. Quaid is in it. Dennis Quaid as the over the hill quarterback is in it. He's basically Aaron Rodgers.
Mhm.
Uh,
Well, actually, I think he was modeled after Dan Marino.
yeah, he's modeled after Dan Marino, but he's who Aaron Rodgers became.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny is I'm a Browns fan. You're a Giants fan.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, in the whole Willie Beeman situation, I'm not gonna lie to you, Mick. Every time I watch this movie, when I watched it this time, my mind went to Shador Sanders and the Cleveland Browns, and I'm just like, is this what he's going through right now?
See
Is
me,
this
like
what he's
I
doing?
guess I'm old, and I can name like all the players they were seemed to be modeled after in their league at
Yeah.
the time. But I will say this: there is a Cleveland Brown in there, just like there's a New York
Oh
Giant.
yeah,
Jim Brown, baby.
Jim Brown, baby. Is he the DC? I think he's the DC in this.
I think so. If not, he's
I'm
just
and I just thought that was weird. A running back in real life ended up being a DC in the movie. And this is really cool. And you know, with the casting, what ifs for this movie, you know, there's a multiverse where P. Diddy was Willie Beeman.
yeah. I know. I remember hearing about that on the. They announced that on the radio.
Yeah, that's on the radio and everything.
Yep.
And do you know why he never got the part and Jamie got it?
Too much baby oil on the hands. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of baby oil,
Possible.
but the man couldn't throw a football.
I believe it.
He could not
Too
throw a
much
football.
baby oil on the hands. That's what I told you. I told you.
Slipped off. He's like, yeah. Yeah, man. The man could not conventionally throw a football. So, like, I think Jamie Foxx did like a demo reel of just showing him throwing. And I think Oliver liked it enough where he was just like, well, Captain Baby Oil gone.
Yeah.
Let's get Jamie. And I think it's a change for the better, honestly, because I don't really think. I mean, sure, he ends up doing Monster Ball later, but I really don't think he. I don't think he had the tools to play Steamin' Willie Beeman the way that Fox did. You know what I mean?
He wasn't even good at Monsters Ball.
yeah. He was serviceable. But yeah, Fox was really good in this. Pacino was really good in this. I really like the turmoil that he was going through. Like he really conveyed world weary and like I hate this fucking job really well. Like he really I don't know. Well, no, I do know he's 30 years in the game at that point. For him to be able to convey that through looks and small moments. He didn't need, I mean, he has those explosive moments, but he didn't need to be like explosive throughout. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a really, really good performance. I really like his speeches. I don't know if this man watched a game of football a day in his life or not. I don't know if he, because he's a theater kid. So I don't know if there was that Venn diagram, but like I really believed him as an NFL coach.
He did a good job. He really did. He knocked it out of the park with this one.
Yeah, he really did, and it's a shame that he didn't get any like awards love for this performance at the time.
I don't think that, well, I mean, football's so tied into the economy and everything. Like you go against the NFL, you're not going to get a shine on anything.
Yeah. I mean, shit. We talked about it earlier with the other one. Will couldn't even get love for a concussion. That was like one of his best performances. So yeah, I think you're spot on with that. Because it's
the machine.
Yeah. The machine would take you down every time, man. We're just gonna get into categories, man. We're just gonna jump into it.
Sounds good.
Hall of Fame. Let's just go into the Hall of Fame, the oeuvre of Mr. Pacino.
I think so. I think this is a movie that when you think about Al Pacino, you remember him.
Yeah. I definitely think this is a first ballot Hall of Fame performance. I think that this is right under there with well, yeah. I'm trying to think of the Pacino performances I loved. Yeah, it's right up there though. I think it's right under Neil McCauley. That is Neil McCauley is my favorite performance of Pacino.
Mm.
Right on. Well, I also like him as the devil. So I think he's under Neil and the devil.
Worse.
I think it's really good. I think it's definitely uh, a performance that I don't think gets talked about enough either. But yeah, it's in the Hall of Fame.
I think it
It's
gets talked about more now.
yeah, yeah. As the decades have passed, yeah, more people discover it, more football fans see it. Oh yeah, of course, of course.
Mm.
But I think at the time before then, yeah, it didn't get talked about as much as I would like it to be. So, all right, so we got that down. Let's go to the next category. Any given Sunday. Is that a good title?
Yeah, actually, I think that works well.
Okay.
I mean, especially for football fans, they understand the term,
Mm-hmm.
and it does deal a lot with injuries. So, any given Sunday.
Any given Sunday. Okay. Okay. Um. Yeah. Yeah. I actually know my gripe. My gripe is not even with the titles, with the names that Stone picked for the football teams. I'm like, you couldn't give it another draft. The Americans, your Patriots stand-in, the Americans. Okay. Ooh.
Yeah,
All right, Oliver.
there's a few tough ones.
I think the Miami Sharks were like, for me, in my opinion, that was like the only passable NFL name. I think we could
Because
have
it
a
was
Sharks.
based on the Miami Dolphins. All you did was switch
Yeah.
out a mammal for a fish.
For fish, yeah, exactly. I'm like, if Orlando ever wants to have an NFL team,
The Breakers.
Orlando Sharks,
Oh, the Orlando Breakers.
Breakers.
That was in the TV show Coach. That's the
Okay,
NFL team he coached was
the
the
Breakers.
Orlando Breakers.
Craig T. Nelson.
Yep.
Okay, I
Yeah.
gotta I
That was
gotta
like
check
the
that
last
out.
season or two.
I
He
have
did.
I've never seen Coach Mick.
I listen. I'm not telling you to go watch it. I'm just telling you some fun tidbits.
I gotta check that out. I've never seen Coach. Everybody talks about it a lot too with Craig T.
Yeah.
So, because like you know what, my go-to with Craig T is either Incredibles or Action Jackson. It's not Coach.
Well, Devil's Advocate too.
Yeah, he was in Devil's Advocate, wasn't he? Yeah, fucking Coach, man. He's also a great comedic actor. Um, we ask this question every week. We're just gonna ask it again, even though we're 3 weeks into this pod, to this journey. I want to see if our answers changed. The Did Al Pacino Sin of a Woman performance steal the Oscar from Denzel Award?
And
Uh,
the answer is still
did
yes.
it?
It's not changing.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, hey, this is the last time. I love it. We got to it too early. That should have been our last movie. We got to it too early, but I had to keep the bit going. I had to keep it going. Yeah. So, you know what though? Going back to Hall of Fame performances. Even though this is Al's month, I do want to ask you, Willie Beeman, is it Jamie Foxx's Hall of Fame?
No.
No.
He made a lot of young mistakes in this, which were fine because he was young and he was really his first time starring in a major movie like this.
Okay.
Hall of Fame performances for him.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot now.
Yeah.
Ray, I think
Ray's definitely one.
Started.
Yeah.
And then from there, just I'd have to look at his filmography again.
Yeah. Oh no, for me,
I'm in Al Pacino mode, dude. You can't
get
Fox.
But for me, I think Beeman is definitely up there. I just wanted to ask you because this was a really good performance, especially for a comedian at the time. So I just felt like I just wanted to double back a little bit because I really do like Stephen Willie Beeman.
He did a great job in this. It's just
makes the lady creaming.
He was young.
Make the ladies scream. Okay, so we got that. All right. Let's see. Any given Sunday. Born on a Monday,
Uh-huh.
Christian on a Sunday. Yeah, man. I'll just get to the rate. Like I said, this is a very short episode, guys. I feel like I'm shortchanging you, but a
Well,
lot's
it's one
going
movie.
on.
It's hard to span it out to like an hour.
Yeah. Um, I guess I would give this a solid because we do 4 out of 5. So, oh no, we do fives. My mind is at 4 out of 5, right? But my heart is saying three,
No,
maybe three and
I'd
a
give
half.
this a 4 out of 5. I think this is definitely one of Oliver Stone's better movies, best
Yeah,
movies.
yeah.
Um, and again, like there's a lot of great actors giving a lot of great performances that stand out.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely put this down as maybe a 4 out of 5 for me too.
4 out of 5.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm feeling that 4 out of 5. Um, like I said, I like certain way certain scenes are shot, the lighting in certain scenes. I like the sound design. I like the music drops they put in this movie. They have great music in this movie, especially from the time. So I like the needle drops. I like the sound design in this movie. All the technical stuff, like technically, this is like a really, really, really good film.
the editing
And
is really good when they keep going back to the intercuts of like the
yep,
old football while they
yep,
tell stories.
yep.
It's pretty good.
And there's a collection of scenes as we talked about in Cinema Moment before, right? There are those scenes in the movie. Like I said, you have the uh his speech. You also have the back and forth he has with Jamie at his mansion or
Yeah.
home estate, which is really good. You have the video, those Stephen Willie Beeman video that everybody memes to death and talks about. That's still kind of iconic. I think, like for the black community, the my name is Willie
Mm.
Beeman. That scene is still like it's iconic to us. That's the scene. Like when we think Any Given Sunday,
Mm.
we think that scene. So you definitely have that. So this film has a lot of good moments in it, and I
Right.
think Stone was a very capable director to capitalize on that. So like, yeah, this is definitely like a 4. The more I think about that out of 5, because I like replaying those scenes too. Like sometimes when I'm having a bad day, you know, I rewatch that speech because that's a really good fucking speech.
It is.
And it's really well written. I think that's not getting credited enough as well. It's a really well written film too, as well. Like everything was clicking in there. So yeah, this is definitely
Yeah, the cast was
for
great altogether.
yeah,
Yeah, the whole thing just really worked.
yeah. So yeah, this is definitely a 4 out of 5 film for me. And I was glad that this is the movie that we ended this month on. By the way, happy 85th birthday, Al Pacino. He turned 85 last Saturday.
Happy
And he's still
birthday.
happy
Oh,
birthday, Al. Yeah. Has a toddler running around at 85. So, he's still pumping out kids.
yeah, fun.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't know why anybody would do that to a child, why they would have a kid in their 80s. It's just so sad to have a kid. But hey man, he's out. Um
It's fair.
he's out. But yeah, so yeah, guys, quick episode. I'm glad that we were able to talk about it. I wanted to get something done for you guys. Um, we had stuff going on last week. I had the Michael movie, so I missed it. So I'm definitely, feel like I'm shortchanging you, but hey, it is one movie that we're talking about. But I wanted to finish this month out strong with a strong pick. Mick,
Good one.
thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for giving me your time. Thank you for just being willing to go along on this journey of the Chino Science, as you will, the epicness of Al Pacino. But before we go,
Yeah.
please, please, please plug your shit.
Just go check me out on the Scene Snubs. Subscribe to the channel. We have a podcast every Monday night at 8 p.m. Content every day. Check out our movie reviews, old movies, new movies, everything in between. We'd love for you to be a part of it.
And we are on, you're on Popcorn and Pints. And we are also on Horror Research 30, where tomorrow we will be discussing the Luc Besson Dracula, blah, 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 tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. 8 p.m. tomorrow. Also be on the lookout a little bit earlier before the show tomorrow. You will be getting my thoughts on Daredevil Born Again and the original Netflix series, where I will be litigating the fandom and the reception that this great season has been getting versus that original Netflix show. So that's going to be dropping on the 30th, 6 o'clock, pre-recorded. Just getting my stuff together. Just got all my clips together. So be on the lookout for that on the Johnny Sturtevant YouTube channel. Johnny Loves Movies. Again, man, thank you for joining us on this journey. Please look up all of our stuff on the socials. Thank you. Good night. I don't have a sign off yet.